days ago, Apple announced the iPhone 15. The biggest news of this phone is so Android. The headline feature of the phone is the introduction of the USB-C connector. Yeah, that's the new feature. Yeah, the new feature of the phone is old. The lightning cable is not coming back, which is very unfair. Apple has taken away the only status symbol some people had left. Because if you're holding an iPhone X, the only piece of prestige you have left is the charger. People should be given a chance to derive happiness from something. This cable was some people's purpose, pride. Some people, the only dream that has ever come true for them in their life, they were susuling. Now, they have something finally that is real, and you take it away from them. They are not happy. Now the charging needs of an itel and the latest iPhone. An itel homeboy can steal your charger. The ground is now leveled. Vroom, vroom. But honestly, it looks very interesting seeing an iPhone being charged by a Type-C. It's like marrying a girl that told her friends you're not her type. You'll be at the altar and she's saying, "How you do?" And you're like, louder. So at the launch, they also said that on the phone, they used material that is used in spacecraft. Yeah, the phone has spacecraft material. It has the phone has plans. Spacecraft. That's spacecraft. Phone. But back here in Uganda, the real standout feature is really price. Because the first one, it's going to start from around $2,000. Gone are the days when we would joke that to buy an iPhone, you need to sell a kidney. With this 15, you have to sell a whole relative. You look through the family and find one that is not very useful to the father mate of the lineage. You know those useless relatives? Laughs at fingers, to refuse to marry. Anyway, to be serious, the biggest new thing about this phone that I find is that it's going to be new. Like, it will come in a box. We'll be the first user. Because this phone just feels like your husband coming home in a new shirt. He's like, "Honey, I am new," and you're like, "The shirt." And it's not like everyone doesn't have one. Just eat your dinner and sleep. But of course, I'm not trying to say that like they brought an old phone. No, of course, there are new things about this phone. A cool customizable action button, which is where the mute switch was, which is still performing as the mute switch as well. A 48 megapixel camera, which allows you to make your photos portrait weeks after you took them, just because you're very forgetful, you forgot to press portrait. The use of titanium that makes the phone lighter, for those that complained to Apple that they were struggling with its weight. The A17 Pro chip that makes the phone perform better. Yeah, they said it performs 10% better than 14. Yeah, performs 10% better. 10%. 10%, how do we measure that? Oh, God. Apple, is... Okay, let me forget that we can't count the 10%. I just want to tell you that the ordinary use of this phone down here would still use it even if it had no chip. On the whole, I think this phone was just slightly improved. And I think the issue is the fact that you think you have to produce a phone every year. For a phone we have to save 2 years to buy. Why can't we work together? This is a phone here in Uganda, they tell you the cost and you're like, what else does it do? Get an extra year if you must, so that you can come up with something that is grand, ready to answer, like, ladies and gentlemen, it makes tea. If the worst gets to the worst, at least put all the research in one thing. How to find a stolen iPhone. Oh, because everything else you've done so far doesn't work. Well, at least make an iPhone that wakes up in the middle of the night, tiptoes out of the house, and returns to its owner. But instead, your design has just made the phone lighter. It's now easier to steal. Whose side are you on? Like a butcher shall stay the standout feature. I understand the lightning cable was making the company about $5 billion a year. That little thing was more expensive than some Android phones. And you know, Apple was forced to do this, so they might get annoyed. The way they've been selling us phones without a charging brick, now they might be tempted to sell you the phone without a cable. It'll be like you borrow from your neighbor, asking the family. You know, I'm not making this stuff up. These guys have continuously been eliminating things that we thought came with a new phone. I mean, long ago, a phone came with a charging brick, the cable, the phone, screen guard, headset, thank you card, 2 drinks, backup Nokia phone. Then Apple comes and starts selling all these things separately. I'm worried, like 10 years from now, in the box, they might
eliminate the phone.
You're not fine. And then there is the gang. Now that 15 is out, time to buy X. By the way, in this Masasatu era, if your phone is one-eyed, it's playing pirate. Actually, pirates, they have another eye, it just doesn't see. But your phone was just born like that. Like, sorry. Anyway, just this season of the introduction of the Type-C, use it as a sign to remind you about the transition to Android. Hey, no one will know. Just start with the cable. Hold the cable in your chest and say, I am coming home. In all this, the USB-C switch is a great day for the environment. The environment wins. Finally, one charger can fix all things around the home. No, apart from your relationship. That one is irredeemable.